nothing there. And then you can just have a Twitch chat in a little window while you watch us on your favorite other service.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so my new thing is every time one of my friends says something that someone said is funny and should be on a t-shirt, I go ahead and make the t-shirt.
Okay, so where are these t-shirts available?
They're all on Spreadshirt. I didn't actually do it for a while, like I kept a list for a while. It turns out it works a lot better if I, like, do it immediately. Because I can throw together an image and put up a t-shirt in about half an hour. It's not very hard. Once you know vector graphics and things, it's not very hard at all. So today, I made a shirt that says, "I've been quietly aging all this time." Which I think is pretty funny. And it's black on dark gray. So if anyone else is a gamer in their late 30s or 40s like we are...
I think I only ever did that to one shirt.
Oh, yeah?
Only once did I have an idea that I thought was good enough, other than, you know, the merch for the channel. The only time I just, like, went and made a t-shirt for general consumption. I figured there are a lot of people in this world who are annoyed that they're not listened to. You know, minorities and scientists and, you know, various...
Women.
Yeah. I guess you're not technically a minority because there's more of you. But so anyway, so I made a shirt that was like, "Go ahead, don't listen to me, see what happens." That's probably 20 years ago, and I don't think anyone's bought it. I never really advertised it.
Just text?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so dead simple to make especially like a phrase tee like that.
Yeah.
With, you know, with fonts, that I've gone over to, writing out the phrase by hand, and then converting that to vector and putting that on a shirt.
Cool.
So I just think it looks better, and I think I have nice handwriting, so...
Yeah, I don't. That was not an option for me. In fact, probably the font I use was probably something that I don't own and shouldn't put on a shirt. I don't know, but it was so long ago no one was checking on Spreadshirt anyway.
My early and mid-teen years, I dedicated probably too much time to writing in my journal, and making sure that the handwriting in my journal looked adult and legible without being, like, blocky and formal looking.
Ready, it's your turn.
Okay.
You can go down the pipe if you want. I don't know what's back there, but you can. What happened? Oh, yeah, it does that sometimes. I'm not sure why. I don't know why either.
So you think I should go down a pipe?
No, it's just you could if you wanted to go back down the pipe, but I don't think it takes you anywhere.
No.
Okay. But the point is you're no longer stuck. Before, neither of us could go down that pipe because we were both on that pipe.
Yeah. For 70 this round.
Okay.
But other foods remind you of childhood, Gabe?
Let's see. My mom's homemade pizza for sure. Like most of the things that my mom made, she was never satisfied with the healthiness of the various recipes that she would find on the backs of tins and in books and things. So she did something to almost every one of them. And so the ones that I actually liked...
Mostly adding wheat flour, is what I can tell.
Adding whole wheat flour, putting in less salt, substituting powdered milk for sugar. And a lot of this I didn't actually like, but the ones that I did like nobody else makes them that way. So like her pancakes and her homemade pizza are particularly fond memories that I don't really have otherwise.
Losing valuable seconds getting stuck in the bricks.
Yeah, that's part of the advantage of my pattern, is I almost never get stuck in the bricks, but I think I probably get a few fewer coins than you do per pattern, which might turn out to be more important. Oh, yeah, it's rainbow time of day. We've got some, it's not actually rainbow-colored glass, it's actually perfectly clear glass, but it's at the front of our picture, at the top of our picture window. It's held in place with something that looks like lead. I don't know if it's actually lead. And it's got angles to it, and the angles create prisms and make rainbows at exactly this time of day, at least on this day. It's getting earlier again, now that we're past the solstice. I used to have a blanket over the whole window, but made it nice and dark in here for doing stuff on the projector like we're doing now, but didn't let in the rainbows.
Turns out rainbows are very important to my mental health.
Well, they're part of our brand now, too, so I mean...
That's true. 71!
Alrighty. I think someone said hi. Ah, it's Super Festaman. He's been here before. I think usually you watch the tab streams. I'm sorry there wasn't a tab stream this week, or last week. I'm trying to remember what happened.
It was this week.
Oh, it was Saturday.
It was Saturday. Well,
Yeah.
It was solstice for one thing.
Oh yeah, it was solstice, and oh yeah, my computer was stuck doing a render. A render that was just taking forever and ever. It had already taken 4 hours, and it was going to take another 4 hours, and if I stopped it, then I have to start it all over again. And Sarah was having a bunch of friends over, and Tabs was not in great condition. Like, there was a bunch of bugs that they haven't fixed. I checked to be sure before I made the decision that, like, there wasn't any new updates, and there wasn't. So, I was like, nah.
It says it's okay. Yeah, it was a hard decision. But it turned out to be a really nice day in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. And we had a nice garden party, and everybody stayed safe distances away from everybody else. And
Despite there being little kids there who forget quite easily.
Yeah.
But I do plan to do the tab stream again this week, even if they haven't fixed everything. I'll have to figure out a better time to do my renders. Overnight, I guess. I'm having someone else edit some of my footage, and for some reason the footage that's captured by my capture card only works with my editing program, even though they're not associated in any way. But everybody else who's ever tried to use my footage is like, oh my goodness, everything's going out of sync, so I have to re-render it with my program in order for them to use it. And those renders take a long time, because we're talking about 2.5 hours footage each time.
Yeah.
And I also put a little filter on it to lighten it up, and oh god. It just takes forever. I only have to do it once a week, so... I just have to figure out what day to do it on, and I chose the wrong day.
We have arrived at the incredibly boring part.
Yes, you have joined us at the most boring part of the stream, where we get all the guys that we're about to lose in World 8.
Having stimulating conversations about the disappointments of capitalism and also the deliciousness of BK chicken sandwiches. Do you have any opinions on the relative deliciousness of BK chicken sandwiches?
Like, is capitalism worth BK chicken sandwiches or not? I don't know.
We're not sure.
It is if you get your sandwich.
I did not get my sandwich, and that was the whole problem. I want somebody to, like, for like a Super Mario emulator, invent like a coin net, so you can have the much more satisfying experience of like running through these levels with a coin.
Not sure what you mean, but there are lots of mods.
With a net.
Oh, okay.
So you can like run around and like get many more of the coins at once.
Oh, okay, because you have a net that you can swing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There are people who make modified versions of Super Mario, though it's mostly Super Mario World. That's the most popular one, so it's the one after this.
Okay.
The one that was on the SNES. Mostly they just make it even harder. You make it ridiculously hard in some way. And I find myself curious, I haven't looked it up. I'm curious whether they actually, like anyone's actually produced cartridges that you could stick in your old SNES? Of those? I know you can play them on emulators, and I think most people do, but supposedly, I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether they're made to work on the genuine hardware, or if they only work on emulators, but it would be neat to, I think, to at some point buy some modified, modern-made NES or SNES game. I mean, we don't have a SNES, we'd have to get a SNES as well, but a NES game, I guess, and then plug it in. No, I never had SNES. I don't think I've ever seen one in a garage sale. I'm pretty sure that's where I got, not this one, but the one we were playing on before. The one we had last year died in Europe. That one I got at a garage sale. Well, okay, so if we each had one, then we got rid of one of them at some point. I don't know which one we got rid of, whether it was yours or mine. I had one I got at the garage sale.
I want to like write a brand new Nintendo game that no one's ever seen before, and then like carve the cartridge out of wood.
Sarah is good at whittling.
Yeah. I do art crap.
Arts and crap?
Arts and crafts,
The
yeah.
arts and crap movement. I don't know, if it's legal to sell modified versions of Super Mario World. Maybe it's the kind of thing where if you want your copy legally, You can't legally buy it. You have to go buy the machine or rent the machine or whatever that programs the things, and buy the thing to program it, and then download it off the dark web and put it on there yourself, because nobody else could possibly be responsible for it or they get arrested. That's what I'm worried is the situation. But if it's a completely new game that you write yourself, then maybe you don't have to worry about that. I don't know if you still need a license from Nintendo to produce Nintendo games for the NES.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But I mean, if you wanted to buy one, for instance, or if you wanted to sell it, that might still be a problem. I don't know.
I just saw them on Etsy. You think Nintendo's looking at Etsy?
I don't know. Like, some of the people who work at Nintendo might be looking at Etsy. If they saw it there, they might be like to their boss, so I saw this thing on Etsy. Or does what happened on Etsy stay on Etsy?
Oh, God. Boom, boom.
Yeah. I noticed for the first time last time that you do this thing where you break the first block on your way left.
Yep.
So I'm trying that to see if it helps. I'm not sure it actually helps if I didn't have a longer pattern. I'm not sure it actually makes it quicker between patterns, but maybe. We'll find out, I guess. So I don't remember where I was at. I'm not really keeping track. That's me, always looking for better ways of doing things and then not actually testing whether they're better.
It explains a lot about the way you like to give directions while driving. It's like, I don't think this is a better route, but it's definitely a different route. Really, it's
I mean, basically, as soon as traffic gets, like, backed up at all, I'm like, I would rather be driving anywhere and it take a lot longer than sitting here in this traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I will try something else. I will go where there aren't cars and then see if I can get home. No, I'll never know. And like then if later I feel like I had a good emotional experience on that drive, whether it was actually longer or not matters less, I guess.
This is the move. That, when I do it right.
No, I can't manage that.
It's the most satisfying.
Except on very rare occasions. So I usually just go for the double jump. It's almost as fast. I'm still not in the habit of doing that every time, so.
Yeah. You know what's very satisfying?
What?
Playing the castle with the P-Wing. Like, it's not good strategy if what you're trying to do is, like, maximize your resources when you get to World 8 because you're going to try and actually win. But it is very satisfying.
Castle in general, or on a particular world?
This castle.
Oh, this castle, okay. Oh yeah, because you can just go around and collect all the coins? Yeah. Looks like you're gonna make it to 100.
Yeah.
Means you have to go back and try and beat level 5. Well, I get to 100.
Yeah. Done. Dun 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 dun.
What happens if we collect even more coins? What happens then? Nothing!
Good, so this time either. Celebration. Did you win yet?
Win yet? No.
No?
No. I did not win while you were away.
Well, then I have to go watch Queer Eye. Nachos. Or ice cream. That's really... I'm very food focused today.
No!
I'm too polite.
Oh no! He often sounds concerned, but it's hard to tell.
That he does not have diabetes, and that's always a good thing.
He does have a tooth disease, though.
Yeah, his teeth are gonna fall out.
So he doesn't eat as much as he probably should. Because they hurt.
Are you gonna lay down? Hang out on my lap while I play some Mario? You watch Gabe play some Mario? Well, you two yeah. One more!
Oh, right as I hit the button.
So close.
Okay, so your turn, and you gotta try to beat World 5. Or sorry, Level 5. Course 5.
Level 5. Shot.
Uh-oh, you better go back for that.
Oh no!